Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of AM and the PM with Amanda and Mark. Hey, Amanda, who is mid-yawn. How the hell are you doing this evening?
I'm good.
She's good. We're excited. We had a topic in mind, and then we sung into these microphones for 30 minutes. Different songs, little duets. It's pretty fun. Might talk about that now, because that was enjoyable. We should do a whole episode doing that. Maybe we'll release some exclusive content. I don't know if we can get sued for that or not, but if we credit them, I'm sure we could be fine. Artists and such.
Um, yeah, I don't know how that works. Basically, Mark's done it before, but we had headphones in our ear so we could hear the song, and we sang into the microphones. And Mark and I both, I'll be honest, we're not singers. We don't really sound. We sound good sometimes. I will say.
We're not awful, but we're not great.
Sometimes we can definitely sound awful.
But certainly.
So basically, a little backstory is Mark was in. You were in
advanced chorus as a freshman.
Did you do it
Not a
all
big
through
deal.
high school?
No.
Oh, okay. When did you stop?
I think that year,
Interesting.
if I'm not mistaken. It was a scheduling
Oh,
conflict.
so it's similar.
I think.
It's similar to what happened with me. So I had to quit chorus. I think I did it freshman and sophomore year, but I had to quit it my junior and senior year because of Beatty. I didn't have enough room for it on my schedule. I went to Beatty at noon every day. Beatty Tech for early childhood education. But and I did try out for women's choir, I think maybe sophomore year, and I didn't make it. And I remember feeling horrible about how I didn't make it too, just being really hard on myself and feeling horrible about it. That I didn't make it, which is kind of sad now that I look back on it. But I ended up having to quit anyways, so it's just kind of sad because it was something I enjoyed, and then I kind of just had to put it on the back burner because of Beatty. Not that I would have ever, I obviously know I wouldn't have been a professional, singer or anything like that, but, just for my own personal self, I would like to be able to sing nicely, We all have those moments in the car where we sing and we think we sound really good. And I really loved my chorus teacher. I loved her so much. She was amazing. So.
I'm interjecting. Is the red light on the camera?
Yeah.
Terrific. Just wanted to make sure. That would have sucked. Yeah, I enjoy singing as well. Had that, as you mentioned, brief stint in the concert choir thing. That was fun. Enjoyed that. The biggest.
Did you have to? You said you were in advance. Did you have to try out for it, or how'd you get in advance?
Kind of, yeah. I did this thing in 8th grade, sung really badly at a church program, and then I used that as a resume piece, if you will, to get into that class. But it was truthfully because I was a freshman incoming, and I remember being in the room, the music room, during that thing, because I think when you go into high school, you say all the classes that you took, right? And you get a schedule based off of that, right? You're in physics or chemistry or whatever. And I remember my schedule was so packed with more advanced classes because I fucking skipped the algebras and shit like that, whatever the hell. I was in the middle level of high school as a freshman, and I didn't graduate early or anything, but they had that, and I remember that was the only thing that fit in there, as an elective or whatever, was advanced course. So I remember specifically being in that room with the course director, and he's like, well, we don't really have any freshmen in this class, but have you guys done anything that it's because it's really more because it's your schedule thing, the schedule conflict type thing, but have you guys done anything? Do you like music? Is this, and I was like, yeah, I sang in church or whatever. So it was actually good. Honestly, if they actually go through warm up exercises and shit like that. So if I actually did that, I was a pretty good singer at that time. No craziness or whatever. Couldn't do anything.
Yeah, we did warm up exercises too, but I had to legit try out I think I had a piece like a song or whatever, and I went and I sang it. Like
I don't think mine was
I
that serious.
sang it for like she played the piano and I sang and I tried out. But yeah, I don't I don't know if it was like no, I don't think it was. There was a woman's and then there was chamber chorus and then like I think there was just like the regular, and I did the regular, but we wore the little things, and I really liked it. I really did. Like I don't know if they have like adult choirs, and like I feel like
They probably do.
I feel like I wouldn't. I even now I wouldn't be good enough, but like I really enjoyed it. Like I really did. And like the concert, like you were up there singing, and like what is it? The alto and the
Tenor, alto.
and soprano.
Yeah, alto, soprano, tenor, bass.
I was an
I
alto,
think bass. I don't know.
but I feel like I could hit both. Just saying.
I am the tenor.
Because I can go pretty high up, but I feel like mostly all the girls were sopranos, so like I was an alto. And we did like it was normally I think like we did Christmas concerts and spring concerts, but the Christmas one was always the best. Oh, I'm trying to think. Like there are some Christmas songs even to this day, like when I sing them, I sing them as if like like how I did in choir. And then like my grandma and like my pap and like my mom would come to see me in the choir concert. Like did they? Yeah, and I maybe that's why another thing I liked it so much. I never did jack shit. Like that was like the only thing I did. And I remember being real bummed when I had to quit it, but Beatty. I swear we could do a whole episode on Beatty. I feel like maybe I should talk about that a little in this episode because we're talking about school stuff, but we can keep talking about singing for a second first.
Yeah, a lot of people in that class were in the play, the school musical. Never did that. I mean, I did that in grade school once. It was it's in the Wizard of Oz. That's actually a funny story. I was the coroner. As coroner, I must have never seen it. Okay. But yeah, I played that guy and then some other
You were in a play?
fucking part. Yeah, in 7th or 6th grade. Yeah.
Oh, well, in the 4th grade, I
wasn't done. I was the understudy to the lion. Luckily, he didn't get sick because I didn't know any fucking lines. Yeah.
What
that would have been bad.
play was it?
Huh?
What play?
The Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did you say?
The coroner. When she dies and they all come out, the guy got 3 lines. Like, I'll do it for her.
Who dies?
The fucking witch comes. Like and she's like, and then he comes up, and I had the costume and everything.
Oh.
I was like, as coroner, I must have her. I thoroughly examined her, and she's not only merely dead, she's really most sincerely dead. Something like that. Yes, I did that. That's the best.
I don't remember what he looked like though. The guy who
fucking
says
long
that.
orange goatee, purple outfit or some shit.
Okay.
I think something like that. I don't know.
Were you dressed?
I haven't seen the movie in a grip.
Were you dressed in that?
Yes. I don't know if I still have it.
Oh
I think I gave it away because I broke the hat.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That was really good. That impression.
Thank you.
He's good at impressions.
I'm a natural, Yeah. So that's I did that. But
wow.
high school plays were like a little more in depth. I didn't do any of that shit. But I was in chorus for I think a year, if I'm not mistaken.
So
I like to sing though.
You were only in chorus for a year. Like, did you have to?
I could be completely lying, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, okay. We took music.
I could have been in for 3 years, truthfully. I don't fucking know.
Wait. I'm trying to think. Okay. So let me think.
Honestly, don't know.
When I was young, we had to take music, obviously, and I'm talking young, like, from like maybe it was like.
Yeah, it's like a middle school.
Fourth grade to whatever, and then I think when you got like a little older in middle school, I think you got to decide whether it was chorus or like you did like the instruments. I'm assuming you had to do one or the other. I think. I did chorus, and then I think I think I was a member of some special chorus in like 7th grade. Yeah, 7th grade I was a member of the special chorus and I stayed after school and we ended up performing, I don't know. I performed at the mall. I performed at the mall. I think maybe it was just like Christmas stuff, but Mrs. Weaver was her name. Yeah, so I was like really, I mean, I would say really involved in chorus, like from like 7th grade and stuff, middle school. We performed at the mall. I think we performed somewhere else. Emily's maid of honor. What's her name?
Insert name here.
What's her name?
It'll come to you.
No.
Just keep going.
No.
It'll come to you.
It's
All right, I'm
not.
gonna rattle off some names real quick.
It's not
Tina,
coming.
Tamara.
No, I feel like it's
How does Mark Wahlberg do that? Was it any of those names with a Lynn after it? Yeah, you motherfucker. Amanda Lynn,
feel
Tony
like-
Lynn, Brittany Lynn. Have you seen that?
Oh my god.
You seen Ted?
No, Mark, you know her name. Why do I feel like her name is her name Taylor? Why do I feel like that's too easy?
Could be.
I have to look.
Amanda
it up.
Josephina. I can't name
It's gonna
names
bother
fast like him.
me. I have to know her name. Anyways,
We
oh my
threw
god.
out his name.
It's really bothering me. I literally went to her house, like hung out with her, like
I think it's Taylor.
no, that don't seem right. It's like right there.
Tony Lynn, Ashley
Anyways.
Lynn, Britt Lynn.
Oh my god. If I forgot her name and like Emily's listening to this, I'm sorry.
Gina, Samantha. I'm just,
What?
I can't.
I can't. I don't want to. I could look it up on Facebook right now just to like be safe. But my data or whatever is turned off. It's on airplane mode, so it doesn't fuck up the podcast. So I apologize.
Oh my god.
Okay, we'll be done with the name thing. But anyways, we were in the chorus together, and like
Wow. And she had a stroke.
I have to look it up, Mark. It's bothering me.
Look it up,
I know.
and I'll
we're-
do the Jeopardy song. Do
You-
do
I know
do
we're in the middle of a
do
podcast, but I have to.
do 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 do
No,
do
it's definitely
do 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 do
like
do
Taylor.
do 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 do
no.
do
That's
do.
wrong.
Do 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 do. Do 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 dum dum. Okay, Final Jeopardy answers.
I don't know how to find her.
This woolly mammoth was the Epithecus of New Zealand. Amanda, we're coming to you. What is...
This
I
isn't-
don't know.
This isn't working.
That would be wrong. Holy fuck.
I don't know how to
Time's up.
find her.
Time's up.
I don't know how to find her.
She's got a big part in this episode.
Don't you know her name?
Dude, I don't even know what we're talking about.
Emily's
It's okay, we don't need
maid
to
of
do that.
honor.
I don't know, dude. Let's just insert a name, and then it'll come to you in 5 minutes.
It's not gonna come to me. I'm really the... Oh my god. Okay, anyway.
Tyler.
Tyler, not Taylor. Tyler. Fuck. Okay. That's it.
Sorry, Tyler.
Tyler, I'm very sorry, but I just like it's a unique name, so it just Taylor. I mean, that was fucking. I knew Taylor wasn't
It's all right.
right.
Yeah, keep going now. Continue with the story now.
So we were in choir together. That was it.
That was it.
So
That
let's-
was it.
I apologize
was
to
it.
everyone listening who just had to hear that. But yeah, we were in choir together for the cool stuff, and I was pretty involved. And then in high school, yeah, you heard the story. Yeah.
All right.
So I quit because I went to Beatty, um, AW Beatty Career Center for early childhood. And I'll like start from the beginning. I always knew I kind of wanted to go to Beatty. My mom went there. Fun fact. She went there for nursing, the nursing program, which is like the medical field and shit stuff. Lauren went there for nursing. Did you know that?
Not off the top.
Yeah, she went there for nursing. And I think like, not saying that's like how she got the job, and as like she has like a different title, but she was like an aide or whatever for a while, at a different nursing home, and she started when she was in high school. So you could obviously drive there, or you could ride the bus there. Obviously, I didn't drive till like after high school, so I rode the bus there every day at noon. Took you to Beatty, get there about like, I don't know, maybe like 12:30 or something. You get there. It was weird because the different schools sometimes got there at different times. So I think like NA, like Savannah and Abby, got there before us, so their bus would pick them up a little bit earlier. And I remember always being mad that they would get to leave before we did. But so I went and toured it. I think I toured like the nursing and the early childhood. I don't know. My mom really wanted me to do nursing because everyone's like, the medical field is it. Blah, 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 blah. I always knew that the medical field like was not for me at all. So, still is not at all.
Yeah.
But so I don't think I was planning on doing early childhood at all, but when I toured it, Miss Carrie was there, and she is just like this like straight up angel from above. So when I went to tour it, like there were actual students there, and they were working, I think, they might have been working with the kid. I think the kids were there too. I'm not completely sure, but I think they were like working with the kids and just doing stuff with the kids. And basically, I just remember it looking like sunshine and rainbows and like the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. And it was just like so heartwarming. Like, so
Where are we?
then I decided to do that. This is when I toured Beatty. I think I toured it junior year because you had to choose a field or whatever by your sophomore year. So then
that didn't make any sense. Are you switching those?
I switched it. Yeah.
You switched them. Yeah.
Sophomore year, I toured it I think I did that before earlier. Sophomore year.
Fun. Breaking the action. Do you know what the word sophomore means?
No.
Wise fool.
Hmm.
I think it's Shakespearean.
That definitely described me my sophomore year. Wise fool. Stupid.
Look it up.
Okay. Yeah, so my junior and senior year. Fun fact, Savannah actually started at her sophomore year. So I think some schools allow you to do 3 years.
Wow.
So she did it sophomore, junior, and senior. But by her senior year, she
just knew everything.
She was like way.
Just knew everything.
She was just so much smarter than like the rest of the crew. Not like smarter, but she was like, I think she said it was almost like kind of like boring because she was just so. I mean, she was there for 3 years. Like we were there for 2. You know. So that's interesting. But so then fast forward to my junior year, I started at Beatty for early childhood. Fun fact, Becca.
Fun fact.
My friend Becca, my old friend Becca, was actually in the class with me at early childhood. But she ended up like leaving and then trying to do dental. And then she like didn't do dental and she ended up just stopping going to Beatty completely. but they took a picture of her and like the dental thing, and when you walk in Beatty, it's like still displayed. Like she's like the dental person. It's hilarious because she was like not in there. She was in there for like maybe 2 seconds, but
Crashed the party. I like it.
hilarious.
Get your name on the wall.
And it's just funny because I don't really. This part is pretty blurry. Like I don't really remember, you know, like I guess like just like high school it's blurry, but I don't really remember like my first day or anything. Oh, I do remember. So like the first like week or whatever, they tell you basically you have this big project at the end. You pick. You get to pick which like time of year you do it. Basically, it's a bulletin board project. You pick a book and you read the book to the kids, and then like you do a bulletin board on it. So
What if you can't read?
the bulletin board, I'm ignoring that. The bulletin board
Seriously.
project is like you do as the kids. So the kids come and sit. You have to do. It's very intimidating. Like it's just intimidating. Like, you have to do like
the kids all look like
circle
Simon Cowell.
time. You have to do like circle time with them, and you have to do like, but this is you do it in front of the kids and the whole class. So that's why it's intimidating because it's basically like a presentation. But you have to teach kids in front of everyone. So you do circle time, and you sing like their 7 days of the week or whatever, and then you like sing the weather song, and then you have the bulletin board behind you with like a couple different activities in there that you do with the kids. I had no fucking clue what I was doing, I'll be honest with you. And I don't even know. I remember the one was 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. You have to do one every year. But anyways, I was very insecure at Beatty. Like I always thought Savannah and Lindsay, my friends that I'm still currently best friends with, were like better than me with the kids. I always thought that. Like I don't even know why. And then yeah, anyways, very interesting. But I was there for 2 years. Basically, I'll just give like you do different like big projects with the kids. Like you have like a game around Christmas time. You all dress up. Like the one year was like Monsters Inc. or something. I don't even know. You just do
Mike Wazowski.
activities with the kids, but there's a lot of you prepare your portfolio for your CDA, and you obviously learn a lot of stuff. And I don't know, were there like tests? Yeah, I think we had tests. I probably don't remember them because it was like I feel like we basically studied together. It was just super cool, and it was just an amazing experience all around. And like it was obviously hard, but like I'm not saying you couldn't fail, but like you like almost couldn't fail because like we all worked together, like the whole class, like we worked together like as a team. It was just a really cool experience. I'm forever grateful for it. Changed my life. Anyways, I won't go into too much dramatic detail, but fast forward to I think like when I graduated from Beatty or whatever, you have to take a NOCTI exam, it's called. I think everyone in Beatty takes like some sort of NOCTI exam. Basically, someone came in and like observed me like teaching kids, and I think I had like one little girl I was teaching, and I got like a perfect on it when I felt like I like did something wrong. I think I had to like come up with an activity and teach it to the kid. And then flash forward into me being a toddler teacher now. I wanted to go to school for social work, but that didn't work out, and through some other things, I eventually found out being a toddler teacher was for me and stuff. And fast forward to now, like even in the past,
Fast forward.
even in the past year or so, I felt pretty insecure, like as a teacher, and it's very weird because you know, I feel like I love my kids. You know, I know what they need and what to help them, and I feel like I'm really informed on like how to educate them and stuff. And like, yeah, I have my CDA, and like that's awesome, but it is true, like as they say, anyone can go and get a CDA because you just have to pass the test, da da da. But like I really try to incorporate things I learn with them, and it's just interesting how like I was insecure at Beatty, and then even like as an adult, sometimes you can be insecure in your job, you know. But I just try really hard to just keep a positive attitude and know like what I'm doing with the children is good for them and good for me, and just you know, always helping the children. If that makes sense. I don't know how to I don't know if that came out the right way. I just like, you know, it's a lot of pressure with um you know, doing like lesson planning, and you know, there's a lot of stuff on the lesson plan, and you don't get to all of it because, you know, you have to change things up. Sometimes things don't work, and sometimes we don't always get to do everything on the lesson plan, but you just always have to make sure you're engaging their little brains and keeping them thinking and moving and grooving, because otherwise they're just going to sit there, throw the blocks, and run around the classroom.
That doesn't seem fun. Yeah. The
I mean, I'm not
throwing the
saying that.
blocks around.
I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I'm just saying you have to keep them engaged, you know? Like, even if you're like building with blocks, like, yeah, you can sit there and just watch them build with blocks, but you have to and keep them engaged. Like, are you building a tower? What are you building? What color is your block? What color is this block? Do you want to put
None of your beeswax.
and just like talk to them, you know? Um, but I love my job. It can be a hard job at times, but I do love my job. And literally after I graduated from Beatty, I wanted nothing to do with working with kids, which is hilarious because now here I am, have my CDA. I've been working at Kitty Academy for 3 years. I had my other job with kids before, working at a nursery, and here I am. Yeah.
What a story. What a wild ride.
Yeah, but Beatty was really cool.
Nice. We didn't have anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, and I just obviously college wasn't for me, but I'm just like so I had some sort of that experience of like trade school or whatever you call it.
Community
And
college, too.
I did. Yeah, I went to community college for a couple semesters. I did an early childhood class there. Oh, and I think I observed at like a different like child care center while I was there too. Um, so yeah, I guess I do have a lot of experience in that route, which is pretty cool. I think I don't give myself a lot of credit sometimes. I don't know why. I guess like any other individual, I'm just like hard on myself. Like I feel like when I say it out loud, I'm like, "Wow, girl, you got a lot of experience." But like in my head, I like don't give myself enough credit sometimes.
You should write it down.
What?
Just write it all down. Just look at it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But like I said, college wasn't for me, but I think Beatty was a cool experience, and I don't remember what else I was gonna say. Oh, like Beatty's very cool because there was just a lot of things you could do. Like there was auto, and like some play like the hair. In a lot of places, you can go straight from Beatty to like getting your certification in whatever it was, and then go to the job field or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cool.
Nice. All right. Well, that's our Beatty episode.
Okay, you were allowed to chime in anytime you wanted.
I didn't go there.
Well, I don't know. I feel like I never really talked to you about it. Probably a lot. But I bring it up a lot, but I never really told you what it all entails. I don't even remember, honestly. It's a little blurry.
Yeah.
But pretty awesome.
Yep.
Well, this was about school.
I don't like
Chorus.
school. I can sum it up.
School.
I can sum it up my perspective. High school, okay. Private high school.
High school was not okay. High school fucking sucked.
I mean, high school for me
Hated high
was all
school.
right. Um,
Beatty was different.
high
It
school
didn't
was
count.
high school was okay for me because I didn't have to do any fucking work for the most part. Until I started doing like college and high school classes, and I was getting shit grades on tests, but I still got through it because I had some OG teachers. But high school in and of itself wasn't too bad for me. Looking at it from a parental perspective, though, absolutely. I went to a private, like a Catholic high school, which costs money, not just tax dollars for like a public, education system. Would not send kids to a private school anymore because I don't think there's the value is worth it. I think that a lot of them are kind of, from what I've seen, at least in our area, kind of crumbling because people just don't want to send their kids there. Numbers are going down. They don't want to spend extra money. They don't have extra money, whatever. And if you just live in a good school district, hopefully that gives your kids similar types of things. And if you're a good parent, hopefully all of that goes well. College is an absolute fucking sham and a joke. Unless you're going to be a doctor or maybe a lawyer or engineer, I wouldn't even honestly consider it. Just go to maybe some sort of trade school or community college thing. Do not waste your money on that. It is so obnoxiously overpriced. It's not even funny. I'm lucky to not have any debt at this point from all that. I've repaid that, worked hard to do that, but was also fortunate that I went to a state school that wasn't ridiculously expensive and commuted there. So I've talked about that before. We can talk about it in depth some other time. Check out my shit for that if you want more stuff specifically on it. But that's what I would say. So you're not missing anything if you don't go to college. You're just saving a lot of fucking money. And other than that, learning is terrific. Love to learn, but there are more than. Don't let anybody tell you that you have to go to school to learn because you can learn literally everything in the world online. So, yeah.
That interests me. Like, basically, high school was easy for you. You would say, right?
For the most part, a walk in the park. Yeah, really enjoyed gym class.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go deep here. I
Going deep.
I had. Is it an IEP? I had an IEP. I got so base
IEP.
Individualized education plan.
Ah.
So, I always struggled with school. Obviously not when I was young, but I remember maybe second or third grade or whatever when they started doing the frickin' long division and the multiplication, mostly long division. I think once they introduced long
That
division,
goddamn long division.
I was fucked. I struggled with other classes too. Also, science just got harder. Social studies, I wouldn't say that was hard. It was just fucking boring. But English, I was always good at English. I'll say that. So it just got harder and harder in fifth, sixth grade. I don't know. I mean, I got D's, and then
where are we at here?
Fifth, sixth, seventh grade. I think I managed to pass with C's or whatever. I mean I'm not saying it was all C's. I don't remember, but I mean I struggled and I worked with the school and stuff, and OVR is I don't know exactly what it is, but they basically I got tested. I did the tests or whatever, because I think you have to get tested and you have to get a certain amount of percentage or something in order for you to get a IEP, individualized education plan or whatever. But basically middle school-y, I think I was just put into instead of having a tutorial, a regular tutorial or whatever, study hall thing, I was in a special study hall where there were two teachers who were they basically worked with the people who needed extra help, and they would help us with our homework and stuff like that. So I was in a study hall like that from then up until like all the way when I graduated high school. So like a special help study hall or whatever. And like when I got older, like they had us write all our assignments and our agenda and everything, and then they had to like sign it. It was freaking ridiculous. But basically, some of the teachers were really really helpful and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah, we had planners. I don't think I ever really used my planner until one day I just started scheduling shit for some reason and using a planner, and I really enjoyed it. And I've been. It's funny because I bet you, guarantee you that there are people that had really nice planners back in the day, always marked everything down, all that sort of shit. I guarantee you that my fucking calendar nowadays is 10 times more efficient and filled out than yours. I got layers to that shit.
okay, enough. Anyways, so I after my IEP or whatever, I remember being like really stressed out, like so stressed out, and then I like went to meet with my mom and like all my teachers, not like all my teachers, but like the teachers and like Mr. Ammett, who was like my study hall teacher, but he was like my like special help teacher or whatever. And I think that's when we finally decided, or like we finally got like not like the answer, like whatever. I was put into a special, like a special, like basically like I don't like saying special ed or whatever, but I guess that's what it is, like a special ed like math class. Like so in high school, like all through high school I was in like a math class with only like 5 people because we like really needed extra help with math. Um yeah, and then somehow I think I just got through like science by like fucking working with other people and like, things like that. But math, honest to God, I if it wasn't for math, I probably would have been able to make it through college. But math has always been. It's interesting because both my parents like hate math too. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it was bad. Like my mom and I would scream at each other over homework. Like it was really hard. So I just when I hear people say school is easy and they just A's are so easy,
I was in
that's
that club.
like I don't think like you
Triggered.
I don't think
Yeah,
your type
my
of
kind.
people understand what it's like.
Are you discriminating right now?
Your type of what brain knowledge understand what it was like for me because high school was hard. I barely made it through. Like
Mm.
it's not always easy for everyone. Like so
Um,
like I had F's, I had D's. I think I failed a algebra class. I think I went to summer school the one year. I mean, I would like to say obviously
took trigonometry
I
in
could
school.
have tried I could have tried harder. Okay. I could have tried harder obviously and got tutored and stuff, but it was just very hard. Even like fucking social studies. I remember I think I had like a D or F in social studies. Like it's not as easy as um I just feel like I know so many people like I don't want to like name names but like Savannah, like people that go to
Uh,
fucking college and they're like, I have a 3.0 and like and like I'm so happy for you, like I'm so proud of you, like good for you, like I'm not like singling out Savannah, like there's other people, but I don't, I don't want to name like everyone's
this is
fucking
quickly turning into a gossip
name
show.
here. No, what Mark, I'm saying like I don't think people understand like how hard it is for some people. Like my friend Lauren, she was in the math class with me too. She was in the study halls with me too. Like she understands. I have another close friend who I'm not close with her, but she was in them too. Like I just feel like people don't understand um like I just feel like like you and like a couple other people I know that you're in like the gate category. Like we had gate at school, that was like the smart people club.
Yeah,
Like I'm in like
we didn't call it that, but yeah.
the I need extra help club so that I don't fail. Um, and that's why, I mean, I'm thankful for school. I'm thankful for the social interaction, everything I went through with school. But like, the education, like, I'm not saying it's wrong. I don't want to be like that person that's like, America's education is fucked up, because whatever, like, we can argue, we can go here. But I mean, like, I struggled in school, and it's like, what did I fucking learn in school for all those years that's like going to help me now? You know, so.
Wow. Okay.
And it was, I mean, it was hard.
All right. So there's, I guess there's a couple things there.
And I do agree they should teach you about the real world in school, like how they don't. But,
The,
you know.
the education system is a little fucked because of that reason. There's not a lot of, like, I'm happy that I have the skills that I have, basic, solid knowledge of math. Will I ever use calculus? Probably not. But like a lot of like just even the stupid shit on Facebook, they see like, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally stuff. It's nice to know that, because if you ever need to do math, especially in like a business application or something, that's good to at least understand the principles and things, how things work. Beyond math, it's nice to know how to read. You don't need to be a fucking speed reader or be able to like do crazy shit. I wish schools would teach a lot more about critical thinking, but instead they're teaching like critical race theory and shit like that, which we're not going to make this political. But they're not really teaching things that I have seen, and I'm not even sure what it's like now. We've been out for a while.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's bad because that's what I hear from a lot of
Yeah.
people. And I don't know if they did that Common Core stuff or whatever, but it's just a different way to do it. I'm not too crazy on that topic because I feel like as long as you're getting the same answer, if you're doing it a different way, maybe it's more efficient, maybe it's not. I don't know enough about that to comment on it. But the point is that it's not about that. It's not about like the way you get to a certain answer in like fucking math class. It's about the bigger picture, because there are a lot of things that people come out of school with, especially if we're moving towards a place where I think a lot of people are not going to go to college, which I think is going to be actually a lot better in a lot of cases. But if we're moving towards that, then that you're going to have less time in an education system, which again is probably going to be beneficial. But if you have to be confined at all and taught to like, be by the book and all that sort of shit, it should at least benefit you long term. Because that's another big problem is people come out of school, like the entire time that you're in school, you're taught to obey. You're not taught to think differently, challenge people, think critically, whatever. You're just literally taught to 2 + 2 = 4. Write that down. Show us how you got it, and you'll get points for it. And if you don't get an A, or whatever, then your grades are bad and you can't go forward. Or you have to do this. You have to be here at a certain time. This stuff teaches you some obviously good things, but at the same time, there's just not enough, nearly not enough questioning, critical thinking, and those types of things. Challenging in school from what I remember, and I guess what I've seen. It'd be nice to see more of that. But that being said, though, regardless of if they implement that or not, it's always going to be a fucking bell curve of students. So the abilities of people in general are always going to be, there's some percentage that are really gifted, some percentage that are just not gifted at all or whatever, and then there's going to be a big piece in the middle. Just a bell curve,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you weren't in the fucking very bottom. I'm saying that like that's how things are. It's not like everybody's always going to be. You can't do everything to make everybody in the GATE program, for instance, and and it's not going to happen like that. It's always going to be, the people are always going to be different. There's always going to be that distribution of talents.
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of my my self-esteem issues came from, honestly. Like, all of school, like, I struggled. So, like, I probably didn't feel good about myself.
I mean, we can go even deeper if that's where we want to go, because I mean, those types of issues probably lead to other choices outside of the classroom that are normally negative. So that, and I'm not singling you out in that sense. I'm just saying in general, it's not good. Like, it's not good. But the problem is, there's like, from their perspective, from the people that were trying to help you, that's what they were trying to do. Like, you might not have felt good in like a special ed math class, but what else was the alternative?
I loved it.
Well, I'm saying, what was the source of your self-esteem issues then? Because you just didn't know what you were doing, or you didn't feel you didn't.
I mean, there's always, now in life, I've found my way, but like, I guess in high school, there's always been there
You're
were
also a kid.
when I was a kid or whatever,
Kids are lost generally.
there were always those other people that were smarter than me, that understood. And like, when I was young, I had a lot of insecurities where I felt like people called me like blonde, like stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, well, kids are generally assholes
So,
in that manner. I was
think
always called Mexican, and I was a little fat, chubby kid. People call me Pablo. Sometimes it was a term of endearment. Most of the time, it was not. I remember one time, actually, like a buddy of mine. Like I don't talk to him too much, but like I would call him a friend now because I'm really have fucking grudges. It was just so funny that we were walking in the gym classroom for like in the gym for like an assembly, and he said something Mexican, like just like move over, you Mexican, or something like that. It wasn't even like evil. It was more in jest, but immediately detention. Just the teacher heard him, detention. It was so funny. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like I wasn't even mad about that. Like it was just it was such a funny fucking thing. But yeah, so that was funny. But I had a point too. Fucking, I got sidetracked by the Mexican thing. I had a point. The kid thing being, I said kids are normally lost. I actually would love to see that more as kids are free. I'd love to see everybody being free. But when you're a kid, you have so much potential, you have so much ambition, and you should start trying things as early as possible. Not fucking drugs, okay? Not drugs. I mean, try things as in different things like, I know young people that are working on cars and shit, and they're, driving big trucks in like a situation like Beatty. There's another one in the area called Parkway. So they go and they do those types of things. They should get kids involved in that shit as early as possible, building websites and I think they're starting to do that more, at least in public schools.
That's good.
That is awesome. You don't have to be a fucking web developer at 14, but it's nice to at least try that and see if you like it at all.
Yeah, there are so many different things you can do. But I think, although I felt insecure, like my mom always made me feel, good and like confident about it. Like in a way, like school is just not for everyone. Like high school's not for everyone. Like not everyone's gonna fucking succeed through high school and get fucking like A's and shit. Like I was saying, like like.
There's a lot of successful people that didn't make it through high school even. And the point and the goal isn't not to not make it through high school, but the goal is to. The goal isn't school. Like obviously, in this country, if you have the opportunity to go through school, especially publicly, you should do that.
I mean, like, yeah, you have to make.
You don't have to. Honestly, you don't have to. That don't say have to. You might should. I'm not gonna tell somebody to drop out of high school.
Most parents make you go through it.
Yeah, but I'm saying that the problem with, I would say, I'm very interested to see how we parent.
If you drop out, you have to get your GED.
I understand. Listen, I'm very interested to see how we parent because I have a lot of interesting ideas on this and how we end up parenting a child. But look at this. When the kid is in high school, the goal is not necessarily for them to graduate high school. That's a goal, perhaps. The goal, I think, is for them to start discovering things about themselves. And again, not drugs, okay? I mean, like, and just random shit. That's more of a joke. I mean, like, again, like classes or the fuck classes, bro. Like, just go online and see if you like making music or you like art or you like web development or you like fucking selling shit at yard sales or this, that, or the other thing. Like, there's too many things out there for a kid to not be interested in. And another thing is we have to make this pact right now, several years before this happens. We have to watch our kids when they're young and see if there's anything naturally that they gravitate to. And if they forget that when they get older and they feel like they're stuck at 16 years old and they don't remember that when they were younger, they started a fucking lemonade stand randomly. And we were like, what the fuck is our kid doing? Like, this is fucking cool. Or like they were painting on the sidewalk with drawing on the sidewalk with chalk and it was like beautiful, or like that's what they love to do. Like, you understand what I'm saying? The things that your kids do when they're young and they're exploring, if they do those a lot, I really feel like there could be a connection there when they're older. Maybe not. But for instance, I loved playing wiffle ball when I was younger.
I always loved to sing.
Maybe you should become a singer. But you should do that more often. I'm just saying, like, those types of things. Like, I always loved playing sports, right? And I still love doing that. And I probably don't do it enough. I'm not saying I should play sports I'm saying that, like, activities and things like that. So I think that's interesting, and it all kind of comes back
Yeah.
to those years in schooling and just learning in general and education of growing and evolving.
Well, I think I always loved kids. I remember even when I was like in like a daycare or whatever, like I was the older kid, but I really liked this one little girl, and we would like hang out, and like even though we were like close in age, I was always like trying to like help her. So
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. Well, this has been a lot of talk about singing and schooling and all sorts of shit. I have no idea what I'm going to title this, but you guys will know if you're listening, so we greatly appreciate that.
Probably like mostly school education with some choir.
Yeah, choir/education. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But this has been great, guys. Thank you so much. As always, there is links down in the description there. amandthepmpodcast.com/shop. You want to grab some merch, ask us a question, links down there for that as well. We're thankful for you guys. We love doing this every week, as always. And we got a lot more coming for you. So a lot of exciting things coming in the latter half of this year. So just stay tuned and don't touch that dial, because we'll be here on this channel. You know, something like that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, this has been another episode of AM and the PM with Amanda and Mark. Watch out for some exclusive content, too, because we might put some singing shit up. That's fun. It's fun, right? Cool. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, as always, and we'll talk to you in the next one.